My name is Rishi Manuel, and I'm playing Wishy, who is Aladdin's brother and Widow Twinkie's other son.
And then let's go back to the beginning for performing for you to start this. Where
Okay.
did kind of your performing journey begin and what inspired you to want to be a performer?
So I started really doing stuff with National Youth Music Theatre back when I was like 10. And I did a few shows with them, and that sort of really was what got me into it. And then, yeah, from there, I just sort of kept doing it at school and then went on to drama school to do it. And it was kind of the only thing I could ever really see myself doing and like enjoying, as a profession. And yeah, that's sort of what started me off.
And then pantomimes, do you have memories of seeing pantomimes when you were younger?
Yeah, absolutely. Me, my dad, and my little brother. We used to go every year until sort of I started going to uni, really. But yeah, so like we used to go all the time. I absolutely used to love it.
Yeah. And then this is obviously your first kind of foray into the world pantomime. How have you been
Yeah,
finding that experience?
yeah, it's a bit crazy. It's very different to sort of anything I've ever really like been involved with. It's very high energy, very it's meticulous in terms of how everything works, and the feedback that you get from it from the audience is like nothing really I've ever experienced. So it's been a real pleasure, and I am really enjoying it. Yeah.
And obviously you're working and being directed by Clive Rowe, who's probably one of the best dames in the business. Not
Yeah.
bad for your debut. Kind of how's that been for you?
Yeah, it's like I said, it's been, in terms of rehearsals, everything was absolutely meticulous and on point. It was, it was a real like like pleasure to work with Clive and also to learn from him and others who are, panto experts. But yeah, obviously I've also never worked with someone who's directed and been in the production as well, and that was a new experience, which was very interesting to observe. But yeah, like he's brilliant, and it's been really real joy.
And what's it like for you when you do come into that room with kind of panto veterans, as it were, when you're the kind of newbie?
Yeah, I mean it's everyone's been so lovely, and everyone's been really kind of like we've got a real team of a cast. We were all sort of really helping out each other, and I'm not the only newbie. I think there's only a couple of other people who have not done it before. So we're all sort of we're all learning, and we're all working together really really nicely. So it was from day one. It was really easy, and you didn't feel any pressure at all. You didn't feel any kind of like, oh, I don't quite know what I'm doing, because everyone was just there to be
Yeah.
like, this is it. It's fine. We're all here to help you and make mistakes and have fun, basically. Yeah, which is the first thing that came out of Clara's mouth, which is we're here to have fun. This is a an enjoyable experience for everyone.
Of course. And then obviously pantomime schedule can be quite hectic. How are you kind of balancing that and maintaining yourself during the run?
Yeah, I mean that is something that's definitely been tough. It's obviously, like I said before, a real high energy show. It's and sort of doing two a day, and I'm also doing a long commute as well, which adds to the joy.
Yeah.
Like I said, we're all looking out for each other. We've got stashes of ginger and and healthy snacks and drinks and things to keep each other going. And I think without that sort of camaraderie, I think it'd be much much harder. But because we're all looking after each other, it's been easier than I thought it would be. But still, like the exhaustion is a real thing. It's definitely
Yeah.
a real thing. But at the end of the day, after you've done two shows and you sort of I've just done a school show, for example, and that is a whole different kettle of fish
Yeah.
to like a standard audience. So yeah, it's tiring, but you still like absolutely love it and enjoy it.
And then talking about the audience, like you say, playing to school kind of audiences, then kind of general audience, how do you kind of balance that kind of reaction? Obviously, when you're playing like a comedy character, how do you balance that reaction?
Yeah, I mean it's interesting because obviously the kids they scream
Mm.
a
Yeah.
lot more, and so there is that element of having to let them do that.
Yes.
You don't want to stamp over that, but also being able to go, we need to move on here. Um, but in terms of like with Wishy, it's the character is like it's an enjoyable character for everyone. because everyone can laugh at him and with him, which is fun. So it's been like easy to work with both sets of people, but there is a clear difference in terms of volume coming from the audience, especially with the kid shows. Yeah.
Do you ever find that kind of changes how you play the character at all? 'Cause obviously, like you say, depend on that audience.
Yeah, I guess in some ways. I mean, there are some jokes, for example, that just do not. There's straight over their heads, and those moments you sort of like over the kind of the first couple of weeks, you kind of go, okay, well, I don't need to like worry about them being a laugh because I just know there's not going to be anything because no one's going to understand it.
Yeah.
And so there's moments like that of going, whether we can play for this joke and we're going to expect something because it's the right audience for it. And with these ones, we know that don't be upset when no one laughs because
Yeah.
it's just the politics jokes maybe doesn't go straight into their heads. But
Yeah,
yeah.
of course. And then, without giving too much away, do you have a favorite moment within the pantomime?
Yeah, I mean, there's loads. There's loads. There's a fun little karaoke scene that I get to do, which is really good fun. But there's so many like moments that even now, like 3 or 4 weeks in, I just I'm either laughing backstage or trying not to laugh on stage. Because there's so many amazing moments and hilarious moments in it. And the whole thing is just really, really good fun.
Yeah, and I suppose it's quite freeing for you as a performer when you are kind of in that kind of relaxed environment.
Definitely, yeah, definitely. Especially working with like Clive and others as well, because everyone's just like so relaxed and like I said, having a really good time. So it does make a huge difference. Absolutely.
I have I call these quick fire questions. They don't have to be quick fire
Yeah.
answers, but if you had a magic carpet to transport you anywhere in the world, where would you choose to go right now?
Well, right now, I'd love to go to New Zealand.
Yeah,
I went there earlier this year, and I'd love to go back because it's a beautiful place. And I'd love to spend some more time there. And I feel like it would be much cheaper to fly by a magic carpet.
cheaper and quicker, probably. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Absolutely. Although it'll be a long time on the carpet, but yeah, it would. Yeah, definitely. I
yeah,
think that's definitely a place I'd love to go to again.
it's a great shout. You probably get asked this one in all interviews, but if you could ask the genie for any wish, what would you ask for?
Oh, yeah, we do get asked this.
Yeah,
I'd love for Liverpool to win the Premier League. Okay. Okay.
controversial.
That'll be a great wish. It may happen, who knows?
Yeah,
But that'd be good. Yeah.
it's a good shout. It's a good shout. I'm a Leicester fan, so
Oh well,
can't be
yes,
on
no.
board with that.
Yeah. Fair enough, yeah.
And then, what keeps you inspired as a performer?
I honestly think it's the feeling of being on stage in general and just or in front of a camera or doing anything like that is it's its own thing. It's exciting every single time. And then when you're doing something like this, the feedback that you get, from audiences in the space itself, is magic, and you sort even no matter how tired you're feeling or if you're a little bit under the weather or anything, as soon as you get that kind of vibe back from the audience, you're in it and you forget everything else and you just sort of having a good time. And yeah, it's such a special feeling.
Yes. And then, why should audiences who haven't booked already book to come and see Aladdin?
Because you will have the best time. 100%. It is a show full of amazing moments, hilarious moments. There's spectacular dancing, amazing singing. Special effects are brilliant. Without giving anything away, there's an amazing
Yeah.
scene second act, which would be worth it alone. Yeah, it's just a fantastic show, and you'll definitely have a good time.
Amazing. My final question. I feel like I know the answer to this. Have you caught the panto bug?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. I definitely. Yeah, I mean, it has been a bit of a reality check in terms of the energy levels. But yeah, I mean, I can't say I haven't enjoyed it because I really, really have. It's been such a blast, and also working with these people has been such a pleasure, and that is part of it as well as a huge part of it. And so I would definitely say yes.
Yes, great. Well, Rishi, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.
Aladdin runs at the Hackney Empire till the 31st of December. So everyone get the tickets.
Absolutely.